Welcome back, my friends. In this episode, we'll be looking at color coding. Okay, so let's take a break and see how we can take advantage of color coding so that when we are writing a code or when we are working in a project, colors will not be an issue for us. Okay, so you can come to this website. You can come to HTML colorcode.com. Okay, so it will bring you to this landing page. Okay, then what you can do from here is you can go through and check what we are having here. Now, color coding is very essential when you are working on a project. Okay, and there are three major ways that you can color code your project. So you can go by the normal naming convention by just calling the name of the color and you see it, or you can go by the hash code. Okay, this is the hash code, this is the name, and there's the what hash code. The hash code starts with what an hashtag and followed by the code that you apply to it. And normally, when you want white, it's just FFFF. If you get FFF4 going, you get your white. And we have the RGB. The RGB stand for what? The red, the green, and the blue. So these are the three major ways that you can color code your project. We have more than that, but there's the three major ways, okay? And the easiest way that you can color code your project, and it's very, very simple. So any color that you want, okay, you can choose to go by the naming convention, the hash code, or the RGB method, okay, and you are good to go. Now, without much ado, let's head towards our Sublime test and start coding and see how it ends. All right, so this is where we got to on our previous lesson. Let me get rid of this one. Our external style sheet is here. From this video henceforth, we are no more going to use the inline or the internal. Okay, we are going to use the external style sheets. Okay. All right, so now let's do some house cleanup. So what we do from here is let's clean all the code that we have here. HTML, head into our CSS style sheet, then clean everything, wipe everything, and let's implement some new rules. Okay. All right, so I have put in some basic HTML elements. Okay, so H1 saying what this is my first heading, H2 saying this is my second heading, and the H3 saying this is my third heading, and the B tag or the paragraph tag is having a login zoom random test, which I'm very sure that now we have all familiarized ourselves with the login zoom. Okay, before anything, let us save it and head towards our browser and see how it turns. So I'll save it. Let's head towards our browser, refresh. And there we go. We can see that we have a basic HTML. This is pure HTML. Now back to our browser. Let's see how we can implement some CSS styles using the color coding. So in our CSS style sheet, let's call the H1. So let's call the H1, then we give it a color. Now, before we start coding, let's get to the browser and let me show you something. We are going to see how the three dimension of color coding works. Okay, the desma, the naming convention, the hash code, and the desma. The desma is the RGB. Okay, so let's see how they all work. So I'll first go by the naming convention as red. Let's use the red as a case study. Okay, so head towards your browser, then let's do color. For the H1, we are giving it a color. We are giving it a color of red. Okay, this is the naming convention. Then we come to H2. In the H2, let us use the hash code. Okay, so we copy the same code here, the hash code. Copy it, then we give it a color using what the hash code. Okay, then in the H3, we will go by what the RGB. Okay, which is the decimal. Okay, the red, the green, and the blue. So we give it the same text color of what of RGB. Close it. Now let's save it and see how three different color coding convention works in one project. All right, so you save it, head towards your browser and refresh, and there we go. So we can see that we use three different coding convention and we are getting the same results. Okay, so dealing with colors, this is how you go about it. Okay, you can come to this website, then you can just check the colors and just choose the color that you want. All right, it's just simple as that. All right, so that will be all for this, and let's meet on the next section and learn more.